You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
What's the difference between forgiveness and reconciliation? You know, a lot of people wrongly assume that true forgiveness is only demonstrated by reconciliation. In other words, unless they are able to be friends again, people may believe that true forgiveness hasn't happened. But let me tell you, you can absolutely forgive someone and not be reconciled to them. See, forgiveness is a process of releasing someone from an emotional debt that they've incurred as a result of improperly caring for you. No hard feelings, no hostility or resentment. It just means you can move forward without looking backward and without expectation that the other person owes you anything more. All is truly forgiven. Now, reconciliation may come after that, but it doesn't have to. See, reconciliation is the process of reconnecting with someone in order to reestablish a relationship with them. But that doesn't mean that the relationship starts from where it left off, because you might have to start back at square one and begin earning trust all over again. And that's if the relationship is going to be restarted, because sometimes reconciliation isn't safe. Sometimes it's not wise, and sometimes it's not even possible. Now, here's where we get things wrong. We will refuse to forgive someone because we feel that forgiveness excuses wrongdoing. But what forgiveness actually does is it allows you to move forward while leaving someone else in the past who wronged you the right way. So forgiveness is the right way to move on when you've been treated the wrong way for too long.
Wow. Who was that, Andy? Ryan Dunlap. I love it, man. It's good information. Forgiveness is a gift unto oneself, because you're releasing any expectation of someone else. It's not about, leveraging your forgiveness. It's not about that. We don't want to do that. Right? It's not real forgiveness when it's conditional. Right? Forgive yourself. Forgive that person. Release them. And I love how he broke that down about sometimes it's not even wise to stay in proximity to that person. Right? But forgive them. Release them. You don't want to have resentment replace them as your pimp. You don't want your resentment to start signing your checks. Right? Not in actual dollars, but in identity. Right? What if the story of who hurt you stabilizes your personality, i.e. your mask, your persona, more than you realize? Again, tonight, we examine a dangerous possibility. Resentment does not just wound you, it compensates you. What's your payoff, as Dr. Phil would say? Is your unhealed spirit on resentment's payroll? Carl Jung said, what we resist persists. Resentment can function as a type of fiat currency. It funds your narrative. It justifies your grudges, your guardedness. It explains your distance. It preserves your moral leverage. It organizes your conversation, and it also keeps certain people close and other people away. It gives you coherence. 1-800-920-1580 is the number to dial. You already know I'm going to get to Val in 2 seconds. So when you say you want peace, I have to ask you, are you prepared for unemployment? Because resentment is paying you now. Who's going to pay you after you have peace? You see, forgiveness does not merely release anger. It can potentially eliminate a silent revenue stream. Let me press this radical thought even further. I know Leroy doesn't want me to do it. Let me press it even further. If the injury no longer defines you, then who or what version of you are you left with? Right? Who remains after you heal? Right? If your victim story dissolves, what personality traits loses their scaffolding? If resentment stops generating sympathy coins, sympathy bitcoins, who checks in on you? If moral superiority evaporates, right? Will true humility enter that space? If your anger no longer justifies distance, what aspect of intimacy becomes unavoidable? If your anger and your outrage disappears, what silence comforts you? Resentment feels like protection, but protection can double as preservation of identity. And if that identity organizes around harm, forgiveness threatens structural collapse. Does your resentment cost you peace? In order for you to stay resentful, is the opportunity cost to you your peace? Or does it secretly pay you on purpose so it gets to stay in control of your life? And if it pays you, what will you replace it with when you finally let it go? Listen, self-for-gift-NESS is our topic tonight. And it refers to the deliberate intrapsychic process of releasing sustained grievance in order to reclaim cognitive, emotional, physiological, and existential bandwidth previously organized around an injury. That's what self-forgiveness does. Self-for-gift-NESS. It does not describe absolution. It does not require reconciliation. It does not imply condoning. Hell, clinically, forgiveness functions as a regulatory shift. Persistent resistance or resentment sustains sympathetic nervous system activation, elevated cortisol, increased rumination loops, muscular contraction patterns, attentional narrowing, and heightened threat vigilance. You want to stay in that space? Long-term hostility, correlates with increased cardiovascular strain, anxiety maintenance, depressive rumination, and relational distrust. How many people still living in that? Tonight's topic, self-for-gift-NESS. Give yourself the gift of forgiveness. Release all the expectations of others. Yeah, it's going to be good tonight. We got so many callers on the line. I want to get them in here right now. You know who it is. One of our favorites. Valerie from Los Angeles has returned to the scene of the conversation. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Oh, I have so many thoughts.
Yes, let me get out your way. Go ahead, enjoy.
Carrying over from last night, the who hurt you, the resentment. The original culprit for me was my preschool abuser, and this is addressing the person in the chat asking about childhood trauma. I pushed the trauma down because I learned when my abuser burned me the first time, I learned not to give him anything. The second time, he used an iron and took my flesh with it. And I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it for a couple of days. I shut down. And that translated later in life to me compartmentalizing my emotions. I suffered from depression, suicidal depression, self-destruction, self-harm, all of it. I did have enough love for myself and my children to explain to them, when you hurt and mommy kisses you and hugs you, it feels good. But sometimes when mommy's hurting, touching hurts. But if you need mommy to touch you, just say lap time and climb into my lap. And I will give you what you need. That's how I managed the depression, the suicidal depression, raising 2 children with seizures. And therapy, group therapy, talk therapy, journaling, meditation, all of it. It's not one thing. There's no quick fix because it didn't happen one time. We get hurt once, and every time we get hurt in a familiar way, it travels the same pathway in our brain. That's why we repeat the patterns and we get pimped out by that resentment. Resentment had me carrying a sack of bricks on the blade ready to throw them at everybody. Because I wouldn't forget what somebody did to me. You did that? Okay, let me grab that brick and throw it in my sack. Because I'm going to toss it at you later. Because I know you're going to do something else. And that was my currency. I looked strong. I was tough. I could navigate the street. I could stand 10 toes down with any man, woman, or child. Didn't matter. Because I had a sack of bricks. But those bricks were heavy and riddled with snakes. So I didn't forget. I let the bricks go. That was forgiveness for me. Letting them go. But you never forget to treat a rabbit like a rabbit and a snake like a snake.
Right.
So I just move accordingly. If you show me who you are, I'm just going to move accordingly. No hard feelings. That's just who you are. If it don't jive with me, it don't jive with me. Take it over there. We don't have to carry it because it's not ours. But that's all I got.
I love it, Valerie. Guess what you just did?
Got ready to finish my drink and brought LA into the building.
All right, Los Angeles is in the house. Hey, man, Andy, this is what I'm talking about. let me just say, man, we love Valerie. You know, just number one, she shares her journey courageously, authentically, and listen, for somebody who has been through what Valerie has been through, it's okay. It would be okay for her never to talk about it again. Right? Never to share or expound on the nuance of what she's been through. We are blessed whenever she calls in to share. And it's a testament to the safe space that the Voice of Reason has created here. And I'm just humbled and blessed to have her story, right? Whenever, you know, she wants to share it, I make space for her. Again, she has learned how to gift herself through all that was taken from her. Innocence, nurturing, kindness, love. A lot was taken from Valerie, and Valerie has learned how to gift herself what was taken. That's why this platform matters. That's why these topics matter. And yes, not everyone is going to like the way they're presented. But the reality of it is they must be presented. And we must take a cold, hard look at ourselves. This world, its beauty, right? Its resources, its ability to empathize and love deeply is beginning to erode. That doesn't mean there aren't beautiful places and spaces and people. But as technology continues to advance, as the world continues to get smaller, we get more insulated and isolated. Why? Because healing is not on the menu. Consuming is. This is why this is an important discussion tonight. When we come forward, Zoe Williams will continue to fearlessly unpack it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
What's up? What's up? What's up? If I could laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence, with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy. He been married for 6 years. Videotaping his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
If you listen,
black day, stormy night, no love, no hope in sight. Don't cry, he is coming. Don't die without knowing the cross. Ghettos to the left of us, flowers to the right. There'll be bread for all of us if we can just bear the cross. Sweet song of salvation, a pregnant mother sings. She lives in starvation. Her children need all that she brings. We all have our problems.
if you listen closely, a lot of people that preach forgiveness practice accountability the least. And it shows. Okay, a lot of what we hear around the concept of forgiveness is actually control. Okay, because it's very abuser centered. All right, and what you hear a lot of times is the need for the person who experienced the offense to get over things quickly in order for somebody else to feel okay with how they navigate it. So a lot of times a person isn't looking for forgiveness at all. They're looking for you to forgo having boundaries and self-respect, and also forgo experiencing how they treated you. It's saying, hey, you should treat me better than how I treated you. And even in people's word choice, sometimes people say, well, extend grace, show empathy, people change, God forgives, you only get one family, or don't attack people with the truth. Maybe they'll be more introspective. The funny thing about being a functioning adult is that every day is a choice on our own to decide how we are going to treat other people. But we don't get to tell people how they should respond to our behavior that they didn't have a choice in. Understand, true apologies or change behavior is not aggression, okay? Is not avoidance, is not deflection, and it is not entitlement to a relationship. And forgiveness is just simply acknowledgement and taking action to have a better life. It's not acceptance, and it's not reconciliation. We don't owe people relationships that they're reckless with. It's just information.
That's Isaiah. I hear you. Forgiveness is changed behavior. I just love all of the varying perspectives. But these conversations are indeed necessary. Psychologically speaking, unforgiveness often stabilizes identity after violation. Injury, right? Upset, disappointment. Somebody broke your heart, somebody betrayed you, right? It reorganizes narrative coherence. The self forms around survival adaptation, guardedness, hypervigilance, moral positioning. A good person wouldn't have done that, right? Withdrawal. Forgiveness disrupts this stabilization. In other words, the ego that was built around all of that, right? I never did that to you. I would never do something like that to you. And had I did something like, I would have apologized. And I would have apologized this way. Right? That moral positioning a lot of people take, right? Again, psychologically speaking, unforgiveness often stabilizes identity after violation. Injury, right? It recognizes narrative coherence. The self forms around survival adaptation. Guardedness, hypervigilance, moral positioning, withdrawal. Forgiveness disrupts this stabilization. Because now, I've forgiven you, I've released it all, and I've forgiven myself. I've given myself the gift of self-forgiveness. I've let it all go now. I don't need change behavior because I've learned from the situation and I'm moving on. If you're in a situation where forgiveness equals changed behavior, so that's cheating, that's physical abuse, right? What are some other things, some other changed behavior? Lying, right? Right? Some more? Anybody got any more examples of, hey, we need some changed behavior here? Gaslighting? I'm naming a lot of things, right? Why? We're in a relationship with all of that? Or some of that? It's heavy. Forgiveness requires restructuring, meaning without relying on sustained opposition. Attachment science. We'll get into that in a second. We're tapping into something real deep, man. A lot of people don't go this deep into these relationship discussions, but we have to at least have the conversation. When we come forward, more from the VOR.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. President Trump convened the first meeting of the Board of Peace in Washington, D.C., calling it one of his most important initiatives.
So today is a tremendous honor to welcome you all to the United States Institute of Peace.
The group, with representatives from at least 20 countries, will focus on rebuilding Gaza and ending wars, though several nations declined to join. President Trump marked the 100th anniversary of Black History Month at the White House, honoring Reverend Jesse Jackson and the contributions of Black Americans. Meanwhile, a new lawsuit accuses his administration of censoring civil rights and slavery exhibits at national parks as a review of museum displays continues. And it appears Black Hornet star LaMelo Ball was not seriously injured in a crash in Charlotte, North Carolina. Witnesses say his custom Hummer collided with a Kia. Medics say one person suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Southern California Edison reminds you that downed wires are dangerous. Never approach or touch a downed wire or anything in contact with it. Stay away and call 911. Learn more at sce.com/stay safe.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready?
Drop it!
Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
We each walk the path that you've chosen. A
I'm ready to meet them, cause where I'm living ain't right. Black hate white, white hate black, it's right back to the same fight. They got us suspecting the war, but the real war is to follow the law of the Lord. Lord, you left me stranded, and I don't know why. Told me to live my life, now I'm ready to die, ready to fly. I cried, but I shed no tears. You told me you would dead those fears. It's been years, snakes still coming at me. Just missing. Sometimes I think all you do with me is just listen. I thought that I was special. That's what you told me. Hold me. Stop acting like you don't know me. When I do so bad that it sent you away from me. Not only sent you away, but made you stay away from me. My child, I'm here as I've always been. It is you who went away and now I'm back again. What did I say? Follow your word and be true. What did you do? Well, what I wanted to do. What have you seen? Darkness and hell at a glance. What do you want? All I want is another chance to meet them. Cause where I'm living ain't right. Black hate white, white hate black. It's right back to the same fight. They got us suspecting the war, but the real war is to follow the law of the Lord. I'm ready to meet them. Cause where I'm living ain't right. Black hate white, white hate black. It's right back to the same fight. They got us suspecting the war, but the real war is to follow the law of the Lord. Just because you went away, my doors are not locked. Wanna come back home?
So I want to talk to you about sitting with your emotions and also examining your emotions. So you want to sit with your emotions when it's uncomfortable, unfamiliar, or like something that you would usually try to avoid. I always say that resistance is the clue that there is something to be felt and not fixed. This is where you build your emotional capacity and you learn to hold space for your full experience without rushing to make it go away. Now, when we talk about examining our emotions, and I'm not talking about like getting stuck in your emotions and feeling like you're drowning in it, but when you are examining your emotions, it's when the same emotion keeps showing up, right? In different situations. There is a pattern that is repeating itself. That's usually a sign trying to tell you something. That's when it's time to ask, what is this emotion attached to? Is this pointing to a boundary, a value, and or even an unmet need? Do I need to respond or realign something in my life? Sometimes you're meant to feel it. Sometimes you're meant to learn from it. And sometimes you're meant to act on it. The key is learning to pause long enough so that you know the difference.
Man, I love that sister, man. Raquel Hopkins. Man, she is a capacity master. I love it. Teaching resilience and capacity. She's amazing at what she does. You're listening to the VOR. That stands for Voice of Reason. I'm Zoe Williams. And you've returned to the scene of the conversation. Man, it's on complete fire tonight. And it's only going to get better. I know I was going to talk about the attachment side, attachment theory, its perspective of this topic. But one of our favorites called in, and we definitely have to make space. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Deaconess. She's a deaconess. She's always cooking up food for thought. Let's get all the way out of her way and let's bring her in here. You already know who it is. It's Nikki from the SIP, Mississippi. Let's go, Nikki. Let me get out your way. Go ahead. Go on. Give us that food for thought.
Brother Zoe and the fam, in these 40 days of Lent, what if we practice forgiveness? And then on Easter, that is the gift you present to Christ in exchange for the gift that he gives to us on Easter. You're never supposed to go into the feast seasons empty-handed. Just consider, if for these 40 days, a little bit every day, or a lot of it every day, down on the inside of each of us, we practice forgiveness. And that's what we give to God on Easter.
I love it. Keep going. I love it. That is indeed food for thought. So we're practicing forgiveness. We're pouring into ourselves, forgiving ourselves, gifting ourselves with forgiveness. And then on the 40th day, Easter, we do what?
We present that gift to the Lord. He makes the ultimate sacrifice at Easter. Consider that to receive a gift, you must have space for the gift to exist. If you a little bit every day or a lot of bit every day in these 40 days, practice forgiveness, you are making room within your soul self to receive the ultimate gift, salvation. What better gift to give to Christ than to make room in your soul self for some gift from him?
Wow.
I'm just saying, something to think about.
No, wait. Stay with me. Leah LaRae, she said, but did God really say to forgive? Because according to the Bible, now you help me, Deaconess. I know that the Bible says don't forgive one time, forgive, what is it, like 7 times, like basically
7 times 70.
7 times 70, right? So many people get that mixed up. 7 times 70 is... but I think she's asking, does the Bible really say forgive? And I think it does. What are your thoughts on that?
It absolutely does. But I think sometimes where we misconstrue in our human emotion, because there is a price when you're learning how to do that. When you have love in the first position, it isn't as hard. Because you can understand that this lack of forgiving takes up space in you.
Will forgiveness always be conditional if we have not learned how to forgive ourselves? Like forgiving others. Talk to me about that.
Because when you don't, that's why Big Mama always tells you it's not for them, it's for you. But you have to remember that to receive at all, there has to be a space for the thing you want to receive. If you're holding on to the not forgiving, you have not made room to receive the thing that's coming. It is, most people think about Lent in terms of things you give up. Okay, well, give up holding on to the not forgiveness.
Right.
Because whoever you're holding that space for, they're doing fine. They don't care.
They're fine.
They are all right with having mistreated you and not loved you and disparaged your name, and they are all okay with all that. It is you who are laboring with it. Let that go. And I said practice a little bit or a lot of it, because depending on where your emotion may be living at the time, it might be a little forgiveness or a lot. It does take practice to get to that place. For me, it was easier once I understood love in the first position, and I want a space in the soul of me to receive what Christ has for me, whatever that is, because it's going to be good. It's better than what I think it ought to be, and I'm going to love it, whatever it is, because it came from him.
Right. Now, for people who have never heard that, what's the definition of love in the first position? What does that mean?
The thing that have been teaching forever. When you can love in the first position another person, it will allow you to not hold space for the thing that you need to forgive them for. I'm not saying don't be angry or be frustrated, but I'm saying if it's a negative emotion that contacts you in your soul space, you can't hold on to that negative thing forever. Because it becomes a dark, ugly space in you. When you put love first, it allows you the room to let it go. Can you fix it in the other person? No, but you can in you.
Love in the first position. So love is in the pole position, in the catbird seat, so to speak.
All the time.
Ah, yes.
All the time. Because when you can exist like that, I'm not saying people don't hurt me or the words that they say don't. Because sometimes that happens. But I don't stay in that space because I'll put love in the first position.
I love it.
When I do that, then I got room for the great thing that's coming.
Right.
You have to make a space for the good thing to come in. If you keep it filled up with the unforgiving part, even if it's you won't forgive yourself for wrong decisions, bad choices, or the same choice over and over wrong, let that go.
Wow, love.
Let that go.
I'm loving it. Love in the first position. I see it very clearly. Not your agenda, not what you want, not what you think you're owed, none of that.
Nope.
Love is in the first position.
Yes.
And if love is in the first position, you're going to move differently.
You absolutely are. It's that feeling that you got from Big Mama when the whole thing went wrong, went left and right. And you went back to Big Mama and she would give you that hug or those words that would help you get it back together again. That's love in the first position.
Right.
Do that with yourself. Self. What do you think the Lord will say on Easter when that's the gift that you presented to him? Because that's the thing he's trying to get you to see anyway. Anyway, he wants you to be like he sees you. So when you tell him about all the unforgiveness, he doesn't know who you're talking about because he doesn't see you like that. Like, he sees you like you gave the forgiveness all the time.
Hey, Nikki, I don't know if they heard that. Hey, Nikki, you in here. This one of them ones, Nikki. What you on tonight? Let's
It's Lent, man. Come on. It's Lent. It's Lent.
Yeah.
We got stuff to do. We got stuff to get. He's trying to get stuff to us. I mean, understand just how beautiful a gift that is. He doesn't see us in our flawed place. So when we talk to him about ourselves in the flawed place, he doesn't know who we're talking about. He's like, who's that?
Stay right there, Nikki. Don't go nowhere. Stay right there. When we come forward, we going back to Mississippi because we getting that, woo, that's Annie from Sinners right there. She giving us that good. When we come forward, we gonna land the plane.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Not everything announces itself. Some things simply arrive, and the room is compelled to adjust. This is grooming without apology, without noise, without compromise. Gods and money, organic formulations, clean precision, crafted for skin that does not ask for permission to be felt. Element Cream, a rare hydration layered like an oud at dusk, measured, enduring, unmistakably masculine, moisturizing oil, a quiet revolution, restoring what stress, climate, and time attempts to claim. This is not skincare. It is composure made visible. It is inevitability. Gods and money exist impeccably. Discover the ritual at godsandmoney.com. That's godsandmoney, MONY.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. The midterm election campaign season is here now. The 2028 presidential election is right around the corner. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. It's all in for 2026 and 2028. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. Hi, I'm Tavish Smiley, and I have some news. The room is full. Our founding members cohort on the art of conversation has begun, and I could not be more energized by the professionals who said yes to mastering the craft. Their dedication to curating great conversations reminds me why I do this work. Now, if you wanted to join us and did not make it in time, I want you to hear this. The next cohort is coming. I do not have the firm dates yet, but I do have a waiting list. And everyone on that list will receive early access and special discounts when enrollment opens. After almost 40 years of interviewing world leaders and cultural icons, I am teaching everything I know. Don't miss your chance to be in the next room. Go to TavishTalks.com and get on the waiting list right now. That's TavishTalks.com. The conversation continues. Will you be part of it?
Yeah, man. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's the label. It's a community that will never be the same due to the negligence of the utility company. So I am pretty upset about that.
It's going to cost $1 million to put your house back up.
When you do have someone who is willing to apologize and you're still saying, nope, that apology is not good enough. If their apology isn't good enough, there's only so much that that person can do to unravel the harm that they have done. There's only so much that they can do. So if their apology isn't good enough, you've now reached a place to where you are saying, I don't want to accept your apology because I want to make you feel the way that you made me feel. I want to humiliate you the way that you humiliated me. I want to hurt you the way that you hurt me. How much has that wound corroded your spirit, corroded your soul? How deep have you allowed that wound to disfigure you? How much have you allowed that wound to completely tarnish who you are as a soul being? Because when you don't...
Who is that, Andy? Candace Love. Hey, Leroy. Was she saying something that was incendiary? Sometimes we need the harsh truth said sweet, right? Or we need it to be said entertaining, right? But sometimes somebody got to get in your face and tell you. Yeah. The voice of reason back in the building. I'm going to let Nikki land the plane. Nikki, come in here and give me your final thoughts.
Just remember, if you practice the forgiveness and you present that to Christ, then he's singing the song Get Like Me, because now you look like him, which is what it's about.
I love
Happy Lent and happy Easter, family.
Nikki, guess what you just did, though?
I brought the sip in the building. Still love everybody.
As you do. She brings the sip in the building. We appreciate the call. No, but seriously, everybody who calls in, I love when Leroy calls in, it's a party. Leroy turns up. He turned the energy all the way up. Nikki always has food for thought. Valerie, her experience and what she survived is so deep. She comes in transparent, and you can still hear the love on her. After everything she's been through, you still hear the love. You know what I mean? So many callers who call in to this show, we've learned they feel like family, right? They feel like family. J-Dub, when J-Dub call in, be like, I gotta say 584,000 things, but because Zoe he gonna rush me off the phone, and I need as much time as everybody else got. But we love J-Dub, and we want J-Dub to call in and share his thoughts. Pastor John sound like he got the strap. Pastor John be like, so what we doing tonight, Zoe? What are my orders? That's Pastor John. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody has a personality. And you may not agree with everything we do. But it's working. People are being touched. And that's the whole purpose. We start the conversations. It's up to you to finish them. This has been an incredible week of shows. And I'll be back next week with another set of slappers. I'll holla, deuces.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is honoring the late Reverend Jesse Jackson, calling him a friend, mentor, and